Hello, and welcome to the College Factory Coaches Orientation. During this orientation, we review our organization's history and structure, our student matching process, and the numerous ways we support you on the path to becoming a great coach in our program. So let's dive right in.
We all dream of a golden future, but sadly, there are many in the younger generation who have no idea how to turn their dreams into reality. We're focused on the youth within communities across the U.S., and we're guiding them into their future with all the tools they might need to become successful in whatever path they choose, and making dreams reality. College Factory, your future, our hands. We all dream of a golden future, but sadly, there are many in the younger generation who have no idea how to turn their dreams into reality. We're focused on the youth within communities across the U.S., and we're guiding them into their future with all the tools they might need to become successful in whatever path they choose, and making dreams reality. College Factory, your future, our hands.
So that's us. The College Factory was founded in 2015 by Lawrence Harris. That's him, where the arrow's pointing to. Lawrence founded the College Factory because he felt that there were not enough resources being provided to help high school students on their path to college and career. He understood that there was an untapped resources of caring undergraduate and graduate students at the university and college level who may be willing to give their time helping high school students successfully navigate the path to college. With that, the tagline of the College Factory became, "Your future, our hands." So the College Factory is structured in the various ways. The Board of Directors is not just a governing body, but a working body, and they oversee the ACT Test Prep program to make sure that we are providing low-cost but effective test prep not just for students in our fellowship program, but for youth across the community. The Community Outreach Team oversees workshop development, volunteer support, and fundraising, all which support you during your time coaching our Go Succeed Fellows. So what do these committees look like? The Workshop Development Committee coordinates community workshops related to college and career planning, budgeting, time management, resumes, and much, much more. They really work to identify the needs of coaches, youth, and families to make sure that we are accessing the resources that exist to provide the information that our community needs to be successful. Our fundraising committee, aka the Moneymakers, coordinate events to raise money to support the work of you as a coach and of our organization. They really work to raise money to support the implication of college tours, information sessions, and they have done previous events such as Kickball for College, a 5K mall walk, and percentage nights to raise money to support the work that you will do. The fundraising committee creates opportunities to foster positive relationships with donors and local supporters to ensure that they know they are welcome to return and support our program again in the future. The Volunteer Support Committee is the backbone of our program and really works to ensure that you as a volunteer feel engaged in the important work that we are doing. They coordinate ongoing workshops to provide you with professional learning and networking opportunities. The purpose of this is because we feel that it's not only important for us to build our youth and our families that we work with, but also to build you as a professional so that way you feel that you are ready to take on the world when you graduate from your program. The Volunteer Support Committee also plans social events to strengthen the coach-to-coach relationship, which really is feeling supported by your coach peers, as well as planning social events to strengthen the relationship between you and your fellow. This includes things such as movie nights, going out to eat, different trips across the state, and just different opportunities for you to get engaged with your fellow. So please know you're welcome to volunteer on any of these committees. So you're here today to learn about coaching with Go Succeed. We are excited that you're here to be a coach because coaching can be one of the most rewarding experiences of your life. You really take a child who may at one point not really know where they want to go and what they want to do, and by just taking the time, 3 hours a month to meet with you, they get direction, and you can see the hope start to build back into their eyes. And so, our Go Succeed Fellowship is structured in the following way. Every year, we select between 25 to 30 11th grade students to become a Go Succeed Fellow. We work very closely with high school guidance counselors and administration to identify the students who are willing to put forth the work and who are dedicated to ensuring that they have a future of success. And so our fellowship provides students with access to ACT test prep, scholarship application assistance. They receive priority for our partner Athens Step Up Scholarship, which prizes range between $500 to $800. They also get access to one of our caring college and career coaches, which is you. In addition, this fellowship rewards our fellows with access to college tours, job shadowing, various seminars on budgeting, savings, resumes, succeeding in the workplace, and much, much more. So how does coaching work? As a coach, you will be matched with at least one, but no more than 3 high school students, which we call fellows. As a coach, you will commit to meeting with your fellow at least 3 hours a month, although you are welcome to meet 5, 8, 10, as many hours as your schedule allows. Please know, it is okay for you to communicate with your fellow via phone, email, or group message. At our program kickoff, we do collect liability and information release waivers from the families to ensure that you as a coach are protected during this process. As a coach, you can rely on your own knowledge about the college admissions process, but we also as an organization provide many resources and ongoing trainings for you to stay up to date. For example, we offer financial aid seminars throughout the year that fellows are welcome to attend, but we also encourage coaches to attend as well, so that way you can get the knowledge and information firsthand to share with the fellow and family. We encourage you to encourage the fellow to attend all workshops that we plan. Every coach will receive a copy of our program calendar on a semester basis, so that way you know what events are coming up in the forthcoming months. Both fellow and coaches will evaluate your experience on a monthly basis. This feedback is very important to us as a program and will allow us to continue to strengthen the work, not just for you and our fellow, but also as an organization as a whole. This will also be time for you to give feedback on how your experience as a coach is going and to make our staff aware of any concerns that you may have about your fellow, their family, or this experience. So how do you meet with your student? Every coach will receive a copy of your fellow's class schedule and transcript. This will be one of the first pieces of information that you receive about your fellow after meeting them. This will allow you to schedule the best time for you to meet with your student during the day, but also give you an idea of their academic history. So that way, while selecting a college and doing research, you know which college will be the best fit for your fellow. It is recommended that you as a coach meet with your fellow at the Athens Community Career Academy, which is located at 440 Deering Extension. We recommend the Career Academy because of our partnership with the Career Academy and also because of the flexibility of the student schedule there. All students enrolled at the Athens Career Academy are dual enrolled. Therefore, all of these students are not just highly academic, but they also have a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday schedule similar to our undergraduate experience. When coaching at the Career Academy, all coaches should report to the main office first to sign in to make sure that security doesn't stop you, and then you are welcome to meet with your fellow anywhere in the building. Coaches are also welcome to meet with their fellow outside of the school at one of our approved 23 locations. These approved locations are various local businesses who support the work of the College Factory and have agreed to allow coaches and fellows to work in their office environment to use their Wi-Fi without the need to make any purchases. These include spaces such as Jittery Joe's, Starbucks, McDonald's, various Subways, as well as other locations on the list that can be provided to you via our volunteer support coordinator. The Coach's Guide we refer to as the Bible of Coaching. Each coach will receive an electronic copy of the Coach's Guide. This guide will help you throughout our program. It has numerous activities, conversation topics, and a timeline for completing various parts of our program. Each fellow will receive a paper copy of the guide that they will bring with them to every meeting. So please remind them via text or email when you're getting ready to make sure they bring their guide. If you as a coach would like a paper copy of the guide, just request one and we can get it to you. Remember, it's just a guide, so you don't have to go page by page, line by line. It's really meant to make sure that you know what topics should be discussed as you're helping a child plan their future. So how does the guide work? The guide is split into 3 sections: Term 1, Term 2, and Term 3. Term 1 is the fall to the spring of the student's 11th grade. And during Term 1, you will discuss things such as getting to know you as a coach and getting to know them as a fellow. You review the college terminology, set a plan of action, discuss the SAT, ACT, do admissions test prep, and many more activities. Term one is one of the longest terms, and it does go from fall to spring because that is really where that relationship building comes in. Our program is built on the relationship that you are able to build with your fellow. Term two would be the fall of the senior year. We do skip the summertime, although coaches are welcome to coach during the summer, but it is not required. But if you would like to coach your student during the summer and their schedule and your schedule allows, you are able to do that. But term two begins the fall of their senior year, and this is really that exciting time that a student is getting ready to graduate. During this time, you'll create a list of scholarships, draft a scholarship essay with them, help them to take the SAT, ACT, complete their FAFSA, which is now available in October, and complete various activities outside such as budgeting and time management that they'll need to be successful in their future. Term three is their spring of their senior year, and this is really that exciting time when they're getting ready to graduate and really on track to making that next step into college. And so during this time, you will help them to review their financial aid options and really help them to decide which college is their best fit and best match. Some students may need help arranging their housing and meal plans and how to send their final transcripts. And then you will help them really create a shopping list of items that they may need for their first year in college. So as is the case with any program, we do have various do's and don'ts. We encourage you to not give your fellow money. That is the first don't. By giving your fellow money, unfortunately, it does create a divide between some fellows and other coaches who may not be able to provide that type of financial assistance to their fellow. We believe that you giving your time and a listening ear is just the amount of resource that these students need to be successful. Do not take your fellow into your home. This is important because we want to protect you as a coach and ensure that you are never questioned about your motives of working with this young child. All families and students do sign release and liability waivers to release you from any type of situation that may come up. But to play it safe, just never take a child to your home. And lastly, don't assume. Don't assume that your fellow comes from a low-income background or from a high socioeconomic background based off of their clothing, based off the way they talk, or even sometimes based off the things they tell you. Because you are a younger student in college or undergraduate or graduate, a lot of our fellows may look to you as mentors or role model figures. And sometimes that may mean stretching the truth a bit so that way they feel they are impressing you. Don't assume based off of the stories they may tell that things are true or not true. Really get to know your fellow, really take the time out to talk to them and their family, and figure out what are the things that are really going on and things that are best for your coaching fellow relationship. The things you can do are meet with and communicate with your fellow and their family regularly. Feel free to reach out via text, email, go out to lunch. Just really feel like you can really build that relationship with that fellow. We do encourage you to schedule your meetings in advance. These are high school age youth, and so therefore sometimes they're not on top of their schedule. We encourage you to text them 12 to 24 hours before you meet to ensure that they will be present before you drive to meet with them. Do be a positive role model for your fellow and their family. Although it is great for you to share the social environment and social atmosphere that exists on a college campus, we'd also like for you to share the realities of what it takes to be successful academically while attending college-level coursework. And lastly, do listen, be present, and be honest. As mentioned, each coach will be responsible for recording data from your meeting with your fellow. Data is collected via an online form that will be sent out on a monthly basis. We encourage you as a coach to try and record data as soon as your meeting is over so as to not forget what was discussed. This data tracking form will take you no longer than 10 minutes to complete. Lastly, we have some frequently asked questions, such as, where can you access college planning resources? You can access college planning resources at any of the websites listed below, but there are also a plethora of resources listed in the Coach's Guide, which you will receive electronically. Can you go through the entire Go Succeed program in one term? Yes and no. As you may be working with an 11th grade student, some will not be eligible to apply for college until their senior year. The importance of our program is built upon relationships, not upon the speed at which you complete your tasks. So feel free to take it slow. Feel free to visit your student at school and not even talk about college. Maybe it's just a time for you to talk about life and what's going on. What are some of the things they need? What are some of the things that they would just like to talk to you about? Can you be a coach and be on the outreach team? Yes, 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 yes. We'd love to have you give your time for both parts of our program. Our community outreach team meets once to twice a month, and those dates can be found on our public calendar on our website. And how much communication should you have with parents? We encourage you to communicate with parents as much as possible. Even if it's just a congratulations, your daughter just applied to a college, or if it's just a text that just says, hey, just letting you know we're working on a scholarship. Remember, families help keep kids accountable, even when you're not around. So if you assign your fellow a task or homework assignment, their parents are going to be the ones to ensure that it gets done. Lastly, we just want to thank you so much for giving your time to be a coach with our program. Not only do we, as an organization, appreciate your time and your energy, but our fellows and their families, as well as the community, appreciates the work you're doing to ensure that our youth are successful in their future. If you have any questions, you are welcome to reach out to any of our staff, as well as visit us on our website or on our Facebook page to ensure that we are supporting you during this process of becoming a coach. Please remember our motto, your future, our hands.